This Tampa Bay Lightning telecast and Sun Sports is brought to you by your Tampa Bay area BMW centers. As we're underway here in Dallas, the puck shot in by Jason Demers on the Dallas defense. Anton Stralman is belted by Jamie Benn. And Benn out in front of the Lightning net on the backhand try, stopped by Andrei Vasilevskiy. And Jason Garrison controls it now for Brian Boyle and out of the zone. Brendan Morrow, number 10, back in Dallas. Played here for 12 and a half seasons and a captain for 7 years of the Dallas Stars. Jason Garrison back to the puck. JT Brown, as we mentioned, game number 100 for him. As he opens on that line with Morrow and Boyle. And it's Stralman around the Lightning net. Looks for Steven Stamkos. Stepping up, Alex Goligoski on him.
It's great to see that his dad gets to watch him play in his summer team.
Here's Stamkos walking and shooting, and he sends it high past the stick of Kari Lehtonen. Victor Hedman's back for it. He opens on a pair with Andre Schuster, and that pass is deflected out of play.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's goaltending matchup presented by Papa John's Pizza. As you see there, Andrei Vasilevskiy, his 5th game in the National Hockey League. Lehtonen, the veteran, has pretty decent numbers here for his club, but he's one of the top 4 that gets a lot of goal support. As the Lightning goaltenders do as well. He scores as many goals as these two teams.
Lehtonen plays the puck himself. He'll roll it all the way back to his opponent. Vasilevskiy watched it roll wide for the icing call.
John Cooper behind the bench for the Lightning. And the veteran Lindy Ruff will be handling the chores for the Stars. So hard, you know. 17 seasons, the head coach, only 2 here. 15 years in Buffalo.
Tyler Johnson against Jason Spezza in this face-off. And Nikita Kucherov off that face-off. Johnson gets it back to Andre Schuster. His shot deflected. Johnson with it. Andre Palat fires off the side of the goal. And Johnson picks it up. Back to Schuster. Andre has scored his only NHL goal against the Stars. Centering pass. And Spezza coming up with a nice defensive play on Johnson. As Johnson was trying to convert on that quick pass.
That's what we talked about in the open, Rick, that they've had their chances. And before they were going in, now they're just missing them.
Kucherov's pass taken over by Eric Cole. He'll roll it back to Demers, who was acquired for Brendan Dillon from the San Jose Sharks November 21st. In fact, they wear the same number and have worn the same number with their old team. So all they had to do was change the nameplate.
Yeah.
Stars whistled on the offside.
I'll tell you what, this is what you see a lot of it. You see the quick chance there and the pass by Palat to Johnson, and boy, just got a stick on it. As you see, looked like he was wide open, and actually he kind of rolled off the heel of his blade. But again, another great opportunity that they haven't been able to connect on over the last few games.
Demers drives it in. Luke Witkowski getting a stick on it, supported by Cedric Paquette and Jonathan Drouin as they march to center. Each member of this line for the Lightning continue on a scoring streak. In fact, Paquette goals in 4 straight games now, the longest goal-scoring streak by any Lightning rookie in franchise history. Demers to center, and he'll shoot it in. Vasilevskiy out to play it. He'll reverse it to Witkowski. Ahead for Drouin. Jonathan now 5 points in 5 straight games. All assists. Coming back, Valtteri Filppula for Tampa Bay. Jason Garrison will play it in off a Dallas stick. Lehtonen lets it go. Jyrki Jokipaka back there for it. And he'll play it out for Patrick Eaves at center. The play broken up by Mark Barberio. Dumped back in by Ryan Callahan. Jokipaka picks it up. He's got Stamkos on him. Callahan trying to pry it free. Stamkos down to Stralman. He fires over the stick of Lehtonen. Barberio with a shot deflected. They score! Stamkos in front, might have got a piece of it. And the Lightning open the scoring at 3:11.
Well, we've talked about it. We've heard so often that that's one of the reasons where Dallas really struggles is their defensive zone coverage. Watch that puck comes off the boards crazily, and here it comes right there. And Well, maybe he didn't get a piece of it. I saw him swing at it, but I think he might. Oh, no, he did. Looked like he cut it off the shaft of his stick. Nonetheless, the Lightning strike first at 3:11, as Rick pointed out, and the Lightning love to get that first goal.
Now, the shot was deflected out near the point, so it was a double deflection for Lettinen to have to deal with. Very tough situation there, but the Lightning opened the scoring. That's just the one first period goal in St. Louis by Paquette, and Brian Elliott shut him down from there as the Blues came back to win in overtime. Here's Eric Cole for Dallas to center. Caught up to by J.T. Brown. It's shoveled in by Morrow. Trevor Daley has Brian Boyle hot on his heels. From the point, it's sent back by Victor Hedman to the corner. Picked up there by John Klingberg, the Rookie of the Month in the NHL for the month of December. 13 points in 13 games. He's developing nicely in his first year in the NHL. It's shot in by Ales Hemsky.
That's one of the reasons too, Rick, when they get a very young defense and they haven't been able to really adjust. They'll make their mistakes, but they'll make their great plays as well.
Yeah, Jokipaka had problems early in that shift that led to the Lightning goal, and he's really been a pretty good young player for them, but those things will happen. Now Schuster yanks down Ryan Garbutt. Will have a penalty called here as Dan O'Rourke, Eric Furlat the referees, Andy McElman, Don Henderson the linesman.
4:18 will be the time of the penalty, most likely tripping. Well, they're calling it hooking. But nonetheless, this is the one thing that you got to really be careful about. There you see him there, he mishandled the play. Oh, he got the hook up on the arm. And their power play has been potent over the last little while. In fact, it's about working at a 42% clip over the last 4 games. The Lightning penalty kill has been excellent as well.
Yeah, 8 goals in that 4-game span. Toyota power play opportunity for Dallas, centered by Jamie Benn, their captain, and his face-off win will force the Stars back to center. Tyler Seguin, of course, matching firepower tonight with Steven Stamkos, among the goal-scoring leaders in the league. Here's Benn shooting, and he fires that one high and wide. Seguin closing in, back for Klingberg. Now to Spezza. Around they work it. Jamie Benn down low. Tucks it on goal. A save by Vasilevsky. Stopped a rebound try. He was helped out. Vasilevsky was by Brian Boyle and others around the net on the initial rebound attempt. Here's Victor Hedman short-handed, and he just sends it wide. Stamkos does get credit for the goal. His 28th to tie Seguin for third in the goal-scoring race. They're 4 goals behind Rick Nash. Here comes Spezza. He'll get into the zone. Stroman tied up there by Spezza. Lightning trying to get controlled here with Schuster in the box at a minute to go on the penalty. Seguin, second leading scorer in the NHL with 56 points, and trying to get it back to the point. Calmly played there by the youngster Klingberg. Klingberg has it, followed there by Tyler Johnson. Spezza hooking it down to Seguin. Lightning react as he bobbled that puck. Mark Barberio on the scene, joined by Johnson. In their fort, it's Eaves, who's been one of their hotter scorers. Klingberg fires, and he sends it over the net. He was open in the slot and just launched a 4-iron over the Lightning goal.
Oh, wow, that's something we haven't seen in the last little while with the Lightning's penalty killers, having that slot area wide open.
Ryan Callahan, Anton Stroman get the assists on the Stamkos goal. His 28th. Here's a steal at center by Alex Killorn. Starts it back in the Dallas zone. Occupied by a pair of Stars there with the penalty expiring, and Schuster back on the ice.
Had 3 shots on goal, Dallas. A couple of real dangerous ones in front, as you point out, Rick.
Stamkos on the move. Swings in with Filppula. Forced wide by Trevor Daley. Stamkos picks up Hedman off the bench. His shot is blocked. Gets it back. He scores! Hedman got it right back. Callahan screened Lettinen, and Hedman drove it home to make it 2-0 Lightning.
That's the one thing, too. You get that quick start, but this is a team that you can't keep let their foot off the gas. They got to keep on it. But again, Edmonton on short-hander almost went coast to coast for a good chance. But here's one here, and he gets a good shot. Nice wrist shot. He just wanted to get it through. Rebound came directly back to him, and he just ripped it home to give that Lightning a 2-goal lead. 2 shots on goal. Both of them resulted in goals for the Lightning.
Well, that's quite a response after being shut down by Elliott and the Blues on Tuesday night. Lightning will send out the Tyler Johnson line with Andre Palat, Nikita Kucherov. Ryan Garbutt with the pass in front for Cody Eakin, and his shot missed the net. Eakin gets it back with the wrist shot through a crowd, deflected wide. Edmund over for it. He's met there by Goligoski. Lightning come up with a puck. Johnson moving it out to Palat. Palat gets the line. Now to Johnson, turns it around and slides it behind Kucherov. And Ryan Garbutt steams back to center. He's closed off there by Palat. Schuster tangling with Antoine Roussel. This is a feisty trio, particularly the wingers. Here's Garrison with a shot. He fires it wide. His stick broke in half. Paquette hangs on to it. Lightning in a change. I think we can look for both Roussel and Garbutt to be testing young Vasilevsky, and not necessarily with shots around the net tonight. See how that develops. Here's Aaron Cole. Cole in a shake and bake move. Garrison stayed right with him. Cole coming back from a lower body injury. Scored against the Avs the other night. There's a shot. Vasilevsky is stopped. Paquette fires it out on right wing to Drouin. Steven Stamkos gets the only assist on the Hedman goal. Victor's 6th. Stammer off to a big start tonight with a goal and an assist. Here's Cole driving it in, snared by Vasilevsky. And he'll steer it back around to Barberio. He's checked in there by Eves. Sagan's pass well behind Benn. Jamie Benn, whose older brother Jordy plays on defense in this team, number 24. Here comes Jamie to center. Nice move. Cuts in, spun around by Strawman. And he claims he got hit in the face. No penalty called, and the Lightning will be whistled on the icing here.
He got clipped, I think, with his own teammate. He got a nice little hip check on him, Strawman, and spun him around, and I think he cut his teammate on him. Take a look right here. He just hits him in the hip there. No, I guess it was Brownstick that came up and caught him.
Let's have a look at our Southern Ford keys to tonight's game.
Well, just one, boys. It's a special team. We talked about Dallas's power play has just been outstanding over the last 4 games. The Lightning's penalty kill has been just as effective as their power play has. Their PK, Lightning's PK in the last 8 games is 19 for 20. They've only given up 1 power play goal, so they've done a tremendous job in fixing that.
Ben flipped around the left eye, and he's on the bench taking care of that as the Lightning have Boyles line out against the Dallas 4th line, centered by Vern Fiddler. With the 2 meetings between these teams last year, he had 4 points. Lightning won here, and the Stars won at Amalie Arena late in the season, that game where Schuster scored the goal in a 5-2 Dallas win.
Again, play around the puck. We didn't see it.
Fiddler drops it off. J.T. Brown right there. He'll flip it back to center. Jordy Benn. The pass deflected over for Horcoff on left wing. Fiddler in there for it. Centered in front. Horcoff with a shot that's tipped away, and away comes Filppula for the Lightning. Callahan in the middle. Filppula tangled up with a couple of Stars. Stamkos reaching for that puck, and away comes Fiddler. Always a reliable performer. He'll dump it in.
One of the things that the Lightning have to adjust now that Vasilevsky's in the net is that he'll get out and stop the puck, but he doesn't handle it and move it as well as Bishop. So they got to make sure they get back in that zone quickly when that puck's shot in.
Or as often. Bish might have been out 30 times the other night in St. Louis, Chief. Here comes Garbutt down the off wing. He's got Roussel driving the net. Witkowski played him well, and the Lightning turn it around with speed. Palat at center. Into that zone, and as he was forced to make a move by Yoki Paka, The play went offside midway through the first period. The Lightning have scored twice already. Stamkos followed by Hedman. Here's tonight's timeless moment, brought to you by Coors Banquet. Go back to April the 5th. Andre Schuster scoring that goal we've been talking about against Kari Lehtinen. First goal in the NHL.
It's always a treat to watch those young guys when they get their first goal. You can't get that smile off their face for a week.
Well, Lightning and Stars match up. Might be time for goal number 2.
Yeah.
Witkowski. Drouin shovels it in the Dallas zone. Lehtinen. Hard to believe now, Chief. He's 31. He's a veteran.
Yeah, he working the scene with the Atlanta Thrashers. And we missed that almost that one whole year there early in his career.
We watched him grow up with the Thrashers before he came to Dallas. Now in his 5th full year here.
He was a very, very sought-after goaltending prospect when he was coming out of Finland. Everybody was really talking about him, how he had good size. He really tracked the puck well. He moved well, and he got hurt. Was it his second year, I think, Rick, where we missed an awful lot of time.
Yeah, it was pretty early in his career.
Yeah.
2nd overall pick in 2002 behind Rick Nash. Nash, the guy that Stamkos and Seguin are chasing for the goal-scoring lead. Nash at 32, Ovechkin 31, and then you go to Seguin and Stamkos now with 28 apiece as Seguin stopped from long distance by Vasilevsky. Demers now to Seguin shooting. Pulled the trigger on that one and just missed. Goligoski back for Seguin. Steps in front. Goligoski shooting into a crowded hit. Eaves, and down he went. He was paired off with Callahan right around the net. They continue to battle. Vasilevsky quickly got that catching glove on the puck before Seguin could recover it for Dallas.
Well, that's one thing this young man will get to know in a hurry, is that when you get that Dallas Star team in the offensive zone, they'll shoot from everywhere. And they had some really good pressure, the Seguin line, and moving it around. Lightning did a nice job of blocking out, not allowing them to really get any kind of good shots through on Vasilevsky. And the Youngsters wisely grabbing onto it, forcing that faceoff.
Well, you look at his concentration, and we were kind of joking before the game, Chief. This 5th different building for him, and if you were to ask him right then as we saw him what building he was in, he wouldn't know. All he knows is that puck's going to be dropped and he's going to stop it, and he makes the save here.
Well, you're right, and it's a great example of him too. Is when he played that game in Buffalo where he only had 13, 14 shots, and that's a hard game to really get your concentration. Then he goes and plays a couple games later in the Island and gets 46 or 47 shots against them, and where you have to really be on your toes quickly. So he had to really face an awful lot of different situations in those first 4 games.
Hemsky trying to wheel at that line, and Morrow took it off his stick. The Stars forced back, and J.T. Brown with his wheels on top of the Dallas defense, joined by Morrow in the corner. A pass to Boyle, loads it up and fires, and he sends it wide. Here's Schuster shooting, a save by Lehtinen. And Schuster follows it up. Rudy Benn rifles the pass by Cole's stick, and we get an icing call. Get a little Caesars Family Fun Pack Sunday at 5. The Lightning battling the Anaheim Ducks. Packages start as low as $100. Buy now at TampaBayLightning.com/tickets.
And there's the Fathers. And to a man, they've had such a great time here. Forging new friendships, as well as being able to see their sons play.
And the face on the shot by Strawman, saved by Lehtinen, and he managed to cover it with Palat trying to get to the net. Lehtinen holding off the Lightning on that chance. They've beaten them twice for a 2-0 lead.
Lightning up by 2. Let's take a look at our GMC big matchup for tonight. And you see head-to-head in Dallas, it's 0-3. Lightning 4 wins in the 5 games. You see the goal differential. Power play goals, Dallas again, a little bit edge there, but Lightning offsetting that with 2 shorthanded goals. And you can see the shooting percentage pretty impressive, 16.5% for the Lightning.
Ricky Paka comes away with a puck down to Roussel. Garbutt trying to get it back to him. He does. Centers in front. It was tipped away by Kucherov right at the top of the crease. Kuch still leading the Lightning at a +27. However, TJ Brodie of Calgary's overtaken him for the plus-minus lead in the NHL. Here's Palat. It's the shot. It's knocked down. The rebound deflected by Lettinen up in the air, and Johnson got a high stick, but away comes Garbutt. Barberio looks for Johnson. Able to deflect it, but they save from the Lightning side of center. Don Henderson calls that, and Johnson is complaining that had my stick played right on the red line.
You get hit with that high stick again. When he's down there like that in the top circle, the guy that's way out of the center ice there, he can't see it. That's his responsibility to call the penalty where the man down low is looking right at it. I don't understand that.
Well, Johnson's got to stay on because of the icing call. Of course, his line had changed except for him. Kucherov deflects it back to center. Now the Lightning will go for a change. Stamkos coming on. Klingberg playing it in. Klingberg had a recent 4-point game in a win in Winnipeg over the Jets. Puck lifted out by Stamkos, and Goligoski back for it, the ex-Penguin. Klingberg. Down he goes. Filppula is heading off. And O'Rourke indicates a trip against Filppula. The Lightning shorthanded for the second time of the game.
Tampa minor penalty, 51 trip.
He trying to get that puck and he missed it, got the skates. 12:31 as Rick pointed out, the second power play for Dallas. They got 3 shots on the first one. Make that 2.
Yeah, they adjusted the shot clock.
Yeah.
And that's what they have settled on as the Stars get control. But once again, off a face-off win on the power play, they've got to get things started from their own zone on their own volition. Here comes Klingberg. Moves that puck in behind Sagan. That looked offside. And Jamie Benn can't save the play. They're forced to center by Paquette. Sagan throwing it back to Klingberg. Young defenseman, 22 years old, a 5th-round pick in 2010, and what a find he's turning out to be. Here's Spezza with speed, hits the line, walks it, fires, and he sends it wide. A dangerous shot, even from distance, from Jason Spezza. Stars have to come back again to center. 1:16 to go on the penalty, and the pass rolled up the stick of Eaves, controlled by Jamie Benn. Klingberg wrists it across, tipped away by Garrison. The Dallas folks kind of liken Klingberg to Sergei Zubov, the way he keeps his head up and moves that puck. And Chief, he's kind of the Dan Boyle of Dallas. They've been looking for Sergei Zubov ever since he left. Here's a shot. Vasilevsky, a save. A great stop there on Sagan. Lightning, of course, for a long time looking to replace Dan Boyle after they got rid of him.
Yeah. Boy, that Zubov was outstanding in the power play.
Spezza fires, and it broke Garrison's stick. He's still trying to defend out there. He's caught. Lightning down a man and a defenseman down a stick with 31 seconds to go on a penalty. Garrison got a skate of the pass on in front of the net, and Hedman clears it out, and the Lightning will get a change.
Boy, tremendous penalty kill. Really excellent shot blocking as well.
Daly, 12 goals on the season. He'll drive it in off the end boards right to Vasilevsky, who calmly leans over to cover it up. 7 seconds to go on the Filppula penalty.
You need everybody working on a penalty situation, a shorthanded. Watch this save right here. Not only did he make the save, but he knew exactly where the rebound was going. And then also you need your defense to come up with one. This is the one you talked about. Garrison get across and he broke his skate, or his stick, excuse me, and he made that save with his skate to block that pass. That's road hockey for you.
Whatever it takes. Cody Eakin against Boyle on the faceoff. Lightning get control, and it's fired by Barberio around off the glass and out of play. Still with 3 seconds, it looked like that was going to do it for the penalty, and the Stars would be sent back, but the puck ended up on the Lightning bench.
Yeah,
or just behind it.
You got to be aware of these boards here. This is one of those rinks where the home team really uses the boards and the glass to their advantage. Sometimes it kind of works like a ski jump. You shoot it around the boards and gets a little higher than you anticipate.
Jordy Ben looking for a shooting lane. Filppula steps out of the box. The shot blocked by Boyle. And Boyle with a pass ahead for Filppula. And it's by him. We'll get an icing called against the Lightning.
Well, Tampa Bay Lightning Hockey on Sun Sports is brought to you by Hat Tricks Tavern. In the area and serving Lightning fans for 18 years, just 3 blocks from the Amalie Arena. It's a great spot to start the games off and end the games as well. Get a nice cold beverage or those famous shake and bake wings. So come join the party that they call Hat Tricks.
Boyle and Eakin once again. Lightning get control. And Strawman will chip it over the shoulder of Roussel and back to the Dallas line. Filppula on with Stamkos, and now Callahan coming off the bench as the play whistled down. 5:08 to go. First period. Lightning scoring in their first 2 shots today. Here's tonight's hockey history moment brought to you by Geico. It was on this day in 2008. Dallas's Brendan Morrow earned first star of the night honors with a goal, an assist, and a shootout winning tally in a 3-2 win against the Vancouver Canucks. Still wearing that number 10.
Well, you talk about a heart and soul player. His whole career, he gave you everything every single night, still is.
Top 30 goals twice, 20 goals 5 other times, and perhaps not the most skilled guy on the ice, but his desire, and as Jamie Benn said this morning talking to him, he says he hated to lose.
Yeah.
Just hated it, and was just so competitive and led by example so well. Here's Stamkos shooting. It's blocked at the defense by Goligoski. Taken over now by Callahan. Horkoff working it free for Dallas. It's off a stick, comes back to Goligoski, and that was off a high stick from Horkoff, so we get a whistle. Jamie was talking about how Brendan wasn't a big talker in the room, and he said when he did have something to say, though, everybody listened. I was going to pose the old E.F. Hutton line to him, but I figured he wouldn't remember E.F. Hutton, but he has succeeded Morrow as the captain of the Dallas Stars. Good traditional leadership in this organization.
Yeah.
Really felt that Brendan had helped pay it forward. Here's Schuster with a drive. That's deflected. A lot in that corner. Jokipaka matches up with him. Centering pass deflects away. And it's chipped out by Patrick Eaves. Schuster gets back for it. Palat checked by Jamie Benn, I should say. There's a shot saved by Vasilevsky. What a stop on Sagan. And it's eased away by Palat. Kucherov backhands it off the stick of Lehtinen. And the Stars get it out. Here comes Sagan. Leaving it for Jamie Benn. Schuster got a stick in there. Try by Hemsky was knocked down, and Johnson has it.
This is what they did so well against the Blues. They really got their forwards back on the back check and really didn't allow the man coming late to get any good opportunities. We've seen that so far in this period.
Marquette flipping it in behind the net. Killorn arrives in the corner, got it away from Demers. And Killorn trying to wheel it out in front. Back to the point to Strawman. Doesn't have a shooting lane. He'll slide it down the boards to Drouin. Barberio angles it off the end boards. Picked up by Spezza. Had it taken away by Drouin right in front of the net. He turns. He shoots. And it's blocked by Spezza. So here comes Hemsky now. And he's caught up too by Killorn, who moved him off the puck. Playing it now to Drouin. Slides it back behind the net. Killorn found a way to get in there. Couldn't pick it up, though. Spezza turned away from Paquette's hit. Cole deflects the puck out. Both teams change it up. 2:48 to go in the first period. Brown back in action for the Lightning. He'll shovel it in. Here comes Brendan Morrow for the hit on Goligoski. That springs up the puck now for Boyle. Back to Witkowski with a shot. That's blocked. Picked up, though. Brown turns, fires on goal. Lehtinen the save. Garbutt gets it out. Morrow sends it in for Brown. One-on-one against Goligoski, who reached in to poke it free. Back to Morrow, shooting, and a save by Lehtinen. Brendan Morrow, his second trip back to the American Airlines Center as a member of the enemy, almost scoring.
Well, Lightning doing very well, scoring on their first 2 shots of the game. And here, watch this big save right here on a redirect. Vasilevsky, you know, he's big, but he's got great reaction abilities. Watch this, he fights the shots coming down low. He's able to get that right shoulder on it and deflect it over the net. He really follows that puck well.
On the face-off, Goligoski has it, moves it to Jamie Benn. And with room to roam into the Lightning zone, leaving it. And Eaves with a shot. It was blocked. Klingberg getting to it. Brisson in front. Looked for Sagan. Stick found it, but it was deflected out of play off the netting with 2:01 to go in the period. Lightning fans, there's no better time to reserve your 2015-16 season tickets than right now. Season ticket members get the best seats, the best discounts, playoff priority, exclusive player access, and more. Join the priority list at TampaBayLightning.com. And we've had a chance to meet a couple of Lightning fans with us here, and we've seen them sprinkled around throughout the American Airlines Center.
Yeah, a number of Lightning jerseys.
Not just the dads up in the suite.
Exactly. Most of the fans here have the blue jerseys. Dads have all the new third jersey, the Bolts.
Puck is centered, and Schuster had the slot taken care of. Klingberg with a try, deflected in on Vasilevsky, who made the stop. And away comes Filppula. Hands it to Stamkos. Shut off there by Goligoski, a very good skater. Eaves back the other way with Sagan. Boy, good matchup head-to-head. We see these lines going at each other all night, Chief.
A lot of speed.
Shots 9-7 favoring Dallas. Lightning scoring, as we said, on their first 2 shots. And Vasilevsky has been very solid at the Lightning end. Puck chipped in by Fiddler.
He's trying to get that gap too high again. Lightning, you get those. You got to come back and help your defense out to give them a target to get out of your trouble. You can't be way up at the other team's blue line.
Daly holds it in for Dallas, and he had the puck worked away by Palat, who runs into Yoki Paka. Andy Ruff had complimented the Lightning on their gap from their game against St. Louis the other night when he was speaking with the media this morning. Play whistle down. Stay tuned for the Gulf Coast Honda Dealers first intermission report, as Paul and Dave will be chatting with Mark Barberio on the Lightning defense outside the Tampa Bay dressing room. We'll honor another Pioneer in our celebration of Black History Month. Highlights and stats also coming your way.
Solid first period. Of course, it helps when you get your 2 goals on your first 2 shots.
Paquette and Spets on the face-off. Hemsky trapped against the boards there by Victor Hedman. Spezza escapes, trying to move in front. His quick shot is stopped as it just flipped off the jersey of Vasilevsky out in front from a tough angle. Jordy Benn joining the cycle down low, and the puck left for Paquette to steal. Uses the glass as Cole went low on Paquette, and now Witkowski, something to say to Eric Cole, who's known for that hit. And he's got the puck right back, and it's lifted off his stick by Killorn. Puck left, Demers fires, saved by Vasilevsky. Rebound, Cole trying to work it free. Vasilevsky poked it away as the horn sounds, ending the first period. Eric Cole going low on Cedric Paquette. He was not happy about that. But the Lightning scoring twice in the early going. Stamkos is 28th, and Hedman is 6th. And the Lightning have a 2-0 lead after 20 minutes here in Big D. Over near the west end is American Airlines Center. That's where we are, and the Lightning have a 2-0 lead after 20 minutes. Chief, the Lightning's first period's in St. Louis, and tonight have been pretty good. They got to be happy with those.
Yeah, they did. You know, obviously it really helps when you score in your first 2 shots. You know, you always put the other team right behind the 8 ball right off the bat. But I thought Vasilevsky was very solid. 11 shots on goal. He followed the puck. There was a couple of times there where he had to pick it out of a maze of players, and he did. So a very good period.
Yeah, as opposed to the other night where the Lightning allowed the Blues 2 shots on goal. Dallas, as we checked the Chase review, had 11, and they had 5 of the first 7, and really kind of kept the pressure up until even the last shift of that period. So Vasilevsky tested from distance as well as from in tight, and he doesn't look any different in terms of his effectiveness, Chief, from what we saw on New Year's Eve and the earlier appearances in December.
The thing that I really like about him is how well he tracks the puck. He finds that puck and he stays with it. And even after he makes the save, he knows exactly where the puck's going on the rebound. So it's not too many times he's guessing.
Hockey Day in Tampa is coming up Sunday, February 15th. We invite you to support local youth teams, the police and fire department showdown. That's always fun. And a high school all-star game coached by Dave Andreychuk and John Tortorella. He'll be back in the house. We'll end the day with a Lightning watch party as they take on the San Jose Sharks. That'll start the Lightning's trip out west. Visit TampaBayLightning.com for more information. Big day. I know Jay Feaster and his staff have really been working hard with Dave Andreychuk, Brian Bradley, and Tom Garavaglia and others putting that together. That'll be a lot of fun and good to have Torts on hand.
Well, let's keep him away from the press and the press conference after that.
Well, it is an all-star game for the high school players, so I'm sure they're going to have a lot of fun, and it'll be certainly a thrill for those youngsters to get instruction from the likes of Andreychuk and Tortorella. Here's a shot that's punched away out in front. It's Brown trying to work it out of the zone. Sevier with a turnaround missed the net. Morrow over for it. Forced that play to center along with Boyle. Sevier just kept it out of the grasp of Brown. Morrow's pass knocked down by Jordy Ben. Then with a pass to Fiddler. Steps into that zone, feeding it across, and it's picked up by Horkoff. Shooting blocked by Stamkos. Lightning had gone for a quick change and got the Stamkos crew on. Here comes Filppula out to center ice. Lenton puts a stop to that. Goligoski moving it to Klingberg, and the pass knocked down by Callahan. Cody Eakin trying to lose him in the corner, and he does. Edmund knocks it back in the zone. Klingberg playing with Goligoski. He was part of the Penguins Stanley Cup winner in 2009. The puck ends up out of play. Tonight on Fox Sports Live, disaster for Tiger Woods. We have full coverage of his early exit from Torrey Pines. LeBron and the Cavs go for their 12th straight win against Blake Griffin and Lob City. And you have to hear why Deflategate came up at the Aaron Hernandez trial. All coming up on Fox Sports Live tonight.
Well, this is the area where Dallas is really good in this period. This is their best period. They're a +11 in goal differential, and they really come on offensively. Of course, it's the short change for the offensive end, really. Long change for the defensive end.
Big hit by Jamie Benn on Luke Witkowski in the corner. Daly. They head for Ben and cut off by Hedman. Johnson across, and Kucherov whips it around the boards. Tapped out to center ice by Patrick Eaves, who was out 21 games with an injury. Has come back. He's had points in 4 straight, and he has thrived playing with Sagan and Jamie Benn.
Yeah, he's you know, we probably remember him from the Ottawa, his odd days in Ottawa, but as you see there, he's on a 4-point game, or 4-game point streak rather. But interesting thing, Rick, his grandfather was my gym teacher in high school.
Here's a turnaround by Hemsky, a stop by Vasilevsky. There's his dad, Mike, the coach at the University of Wisconsin, longtime NHLer and a former North Star, predecessor of the Dallas Stars. They moved here in '93. Stars trying to bottle up the Lightning here for a couple of shots at Vasilevsky. Cole got it free. Spets on the backhand. looks to make a play, and his pass comes all the way to Demers, fires it front, tip, a save by Vasilevsky. A great stop on the deflection by Cole. He had to react very quickly, as Chief has pointed out. That's certainly a strength for the young goaltender. Kucherov in the zone, and he had it stripped away as Ben and Demers went flying. Sticks went sliding free behind the net. Paquette reaches back, holds the play in, throws it to the corner. Drouin arrives. Here comes Paquette shooting, and he sends it wide. Held in by Schuster. His shot deflected. Jordy Benn still without a stick, made the block. Killorn feeding it to Schuster. Feeds it down low to Drouin. Paquette in front. There's Drouin. Trailed by Fiddler. Swings to the middle. Shakes free and fires, and he just missed on the left side of Kari Lehtinen. Killorn takes over. Killorn fires in front, and it bounced off Jordy Benn, who now has a stick.
You got to go after him. Don't stand and wait for him. Go after him. They got a guy penned in there. They just wait for him to get out back with that stick.
Here's Paquette and a steal. Goes to the slot. Helped out by Schuster. Extended stay for the Lightning in that Dallas zone. Barberio fakes the shot. Fires, and Hemsky finally tips it out of play. And now we get to Paquette and Jordy Benn jabbing at each other. Or Fiddler perhaps involved down around that net.
Well, let's take a look at that big save Vasilevsky made in the Lightning zone just before all this action. The other area, the quick deflection, you saw 3 players out in front. Then Paquette setting up a miss, or got a chance, and just had that puck roll on him, and he missed it on the far side. You can see him just shaking his head. And you had that wide open net to give them, to increase that goal scoring streak. Boy, he had a great chance.
Stamkos on against Cody Eakin for this face-off. Away comes Klingberg. Earlier in the season, Lindy Ruff was trying to get Klingberg to make his plays a little quicker. Plenty of confidence as he brings that play in. Garbage shooting, and it's gloved by Vasilevsky.
See him when he gets over there. He missed that shot, Garbage, but watch how quickly he gets over there.
Now Roussel tangling with Witkowski. He skated away calmly enough from the Lightning crease, and things were pretty peaceful. Somebody must have said something.
Well, we know that, Rick. We know he's a guy that's going to do that all the time. And Luke is not going to stand for it. And that's the key.
And it looks like penalties to both players coming up from Dan O'Rourke.
Both players delay a game.
That's kind of a slap to the face when you get that. Roussel and Witkowski will get delay of game penalties here. 350, but that's what John Cooper likes about Witkowski. I think that's what his teammates like about him too. I certainly like about him.
He had over 200 minutes in the box last year for the Crunch. He had 75 this year before the call-up, and that's his first NHL penalty. Palat continues on. He's trying to split Klingberg and Goligoski, and Palat centers in front. It's just behind Johnson. Tyler couldn't corral it in this 4-on-4 situation. Stars have surrendered 7 goals in 4-on-4s this year. Pass ahead for Jamie Benn. Klingberg trying to skate to that puck, leaving it for Tyler Seguin. He's bumped along the boards by Palat, who threw 3 hits in the first period. Jamie Benn meets up with Hedman in the corner. Barberio involved as well. Hedman pounded by Seguin. Hedman lugs it out. Takes a look to see who's with him. It's Palat and Barberio. But back in front, here's Hedman shooting, and it's over the glove of Lehtinen. Picked up by Goligoski. Stamkos on now at Killorn.
Well, if the Lightning ever get their forechecking really underway, they can really have that puck in their zone.
Spezza stops, maneuvers in. He's stopped by Vasilevsky, who shut him off. He didn't buy that fake at all.
Boy, he just loves it when you're a stick-checking team. Spezza, he can just make you look foolish. You got to get in front of his body. Watch it. You can't do that, play that puck all the time. The guys who are in that area, just get in front of them physically. You're allowed to do it. And that poke checking with a guy like Spezza, he really makes you look foolish.
46 seconds to go on the minor penalties. Garrison battling Hemsky in the corner. Strawman skates off of the puck. Makes a break for the center ice zone, and he'll slide it in deep in the Dallas end. Killorn looking to go to work there against Daly. Yoki Paka picks it up. He's another late round pick. We talked about Klingberg being a 5th rounder. Yoki Paka a 7th rounder. Jim Nill, the general manager here. He knows the value of scouting, like Steve Yzerman out of that Detroit Red Wing development tree. And Jim Nill, for a long time, chief assistant GM there in Detroit, and everybody thought year after year he was going to leave for a GM job, and highly successful executive. Coming off the bench, Filppula gets the pass, cuts it along, saved by Letton, just as the penalties expired. We hit the 6-minute mark. The shot 17-8 favoring Dallas. 6-1 Stars in the second. Callahan slides it just wide. Kucherov trying to knock down that puck along with Filppula. Filppula got it free. Here's Callahan walking in. Hangs onto it now on the backhand feed. It comes all the way to Barberio, leading it now for Callahan. Filppula trailed by Roussel. Pass across to Callahan. Winding, shooting, kicked out by Letton. Schuster was trying to fill the gap in the slot. Here's a shot that's blocked. Daly fires it away. And it ends up out of play next to the Lightning bench. 13-17 to go here in the second. Great chance for Valtteri Filppula. Lightning already with a 2-0 lead.
Lightning 2-0 lead still. Filppula had a great opportunity to make it 3. Watches he mishandles the puck and gets a very quick on a line change. Letton comes up with highway robbery right there with that left pad. He got it with his right knee, then came back and kicked his right toe out and got it both. And we've seen Vasilevsky make some key saves. That was a big one for Dallas with Letton coming up with that breakaway save.
Tyler Johnson's line back on. Sevier with a pass out of the zone, knocked down by Hedman. Taken over now by Fiddler. And Witkowski has it back. Knocked down. Sevier dropping it. Horkoff shooting, and it's gloved by Vasilevsky.
I'll tell you what. You know what? I watch that Fiddler. Every time you see him play in this building, he's got a lot to say and a lot to do. You don't see him too often in the room. But you see him right there hooking and pulling down Witkowski. I guess he just hopes that he's got that Roussel and boys to jump in for him.
He'll face off here against Stamkos. Stamkos pulling it back for Hedman. Letton playing it back for Klingberg. He couldn't handle it. Stamkos has it, fires in front. And Goligoski got a stick on that. Witkowski. Callahan deflects it in. Puck left for Klingberg. Taken away by Filppula. Quick centering pass. It's out of Callahan's reach. Saved at the point by Schuster. Back to Barberio. Breaks his stick in the shot. Lead pass. Too far for Sevier. And Schuster getting back. Wave off icing.
If he had hurried back there, Schuster would have had the icing.
Now here's Stamkos hurrying after a puck. Gets to it. Demers cuts him off. Lightning trying to complete a change. As Drouin's on for the moment. Stamkos, he's down trying to make the play back to Killorn. It's saved by Barberio at the line. Wresting it into a crowd. Jamie Benn knocks it down. They're not out of the zone yet. And Killorn stick tied up. Gets away from Seguin. Backhands it. Saved by Letton. Great work by Alex Killorn. And finally it's chipped out by Benn. And a hand pass called here against the Lightning. Lightning fans, from now until March 26th, every Thursday will be Throwback Bolts Day, brought to you by Dodge. Submit the best vintage photo of yourself by using the hashtag Throwback Bolts. We'll select the best photo and feature it in tonight's postgame show.
And there's those throwback jerseys that the fathers are wearing.
And there's a gentleman on the right of your screen, Mr. Jeff Vinik, the owner of the Lightning. And boy, the dads were effusive in their praise of Mr. Vinik and allowing this to happen, the chance for the dads and the sons to get together and have the dads along in this two-game trip, thanks to Jeff Vinik, the owner of the Lightning.
I think that's his dad beside him.
Here's Daly for the point shooting, and it's deflected wide of Vasilevsky. Drouin heads out of the zone. The pass blocked by Daly. Nice recovery there by the veteran defenseman. Hard to believe he's well over 730 games in the Dallas defense now. Marquette off the boards. It hit the skate of Drouin, deflected back in the Lightning zone. It's onside. Eakin holding off Hedman. Drouin helps out there, and we're going to get a penalty for hooking against Victor Hedman at 8:55. Lightning have yet to get a power play in this game. This will be the third time short.
They're getting sloppy in their own end. Very casual, and that's what they got. That happens when you're getting casual plays out there. The other team's going to play a little bit harder, and you're going to have to do something like this. They've not done a good job of managing the puck in their zone so far in this period.
So you had a power play opportunity for Dallas. Johnson wins the faceoff, Chief.
They can't keep giving this team power play opportunities. They're too good lately with that man advantage.
Garrison has it for the Lightning, hammers it around the boards. Klingberg holding it in, taken away by Palat. And now Johnson gets control. Can't get much on the clear. Klingberg hounded all the way back to his own end by Palat.
You gotta make it simple. That's how they've been killing penalties so well. You can't turn an offensive play every time you get the puck.
Seguin walks in, fires. That's blocked by Schuster. Bouncing puck. And Palat got it out. Lightning will be able to change. Rudy Ben just blindly threw it out of the reach of Seguin, and that Dallas power play takes an icing call with 1:16 to go in the penalty.
Well, we talked about how well the Lightning's penalty kill has been working, and when you see it in the last 8 games coming in for tonight, 19 for 20. Killed off the first 2 in the first period. And that has been their bugaboo, especially on the road. Their penalty kill has not been solid on the road. It's well under 80%. That's not good. It's getting better.
Now, Chief, you like to talk about special teams and how important they are. We'll get to something in a moment here as the Stars stop at the line. In the Lightning special teams overall on the road, the power play hasn't been that good. The penalty killing until lately, on this trip, not that good. And as a result, the record 11-11-4. Look at Dallas. Their special teams overall, not bad. But at home, they're not very good in either department. As a result, they've only won 11 of 27 home games. They need those special teams.
Especially, where everything is so close together with these teams now. You got to have some kind of an edge, and that's where it's going to be. That could be the big edge.
Korkov chased by Stralman, shoves him to the boards. Barberio after that puck, controlling it. Got it free to Paquette. Good patience by the Lightning in clearing. 35 seconds to go on the call against Hedman. Stars yet to generate a shot on goal here with this man advantage, and they're thwarted here.
Boy, I've talked about it ever since he's come up from the minors, Mark Barberio. He protects that blue line as good as anybody.
Killorn doing the job right now as he works with Boyle. Harvard and BC getting it done up front for the Lightning. Pass now to Daly. Shooting save by Vasilevsky high off the right shoulder. Maybe Ben chased to the boards by Filppula. Killorn with a puck. Hedman out of the box. Lightning have killed 3 penalties in support of a 2-0 lead. Puck bouncing around the Tampa Bay net. They get it free to Filppula. Stralman. They skip it back to center. Lindbergh Rifles it ahead. Rejected by Barberio, and just the kind of maneuver the Chiefs talking about, protecting that line. However, the icing call results. Hey, NASCAR fans, the Grab Your Crew finalists have been announced. Log on to foxsports.com/grabyourcrew and vote for your favorite crew. The winning crew heads to the Daytona 500 with the Fox Sports Girls.
8:43 remaining. Lightning still in that lead, but now's the time to really try and get some offense going. Play a little bit more in the Dallas end. 3 power plays. They've basically been in the Lightning zone, and they've done a good job of keeping them to the perimeter. And when they have gotten their shots away, Vasilevsky's been perfect.
Dallas with an 8-3 advantage in shots for the second period. They got off to a 6-1 advantage to start this second period. Goligoski ahead for Eves. Hands it now to Seguin from the sharp angle. Forced behind the net. Tucked it in front. The shot steered wide. Callahan deflecting that try by Jamie Benn. And this highly offensive crew, if you want to use that term, going to work wheeling and dealing in that Lightning zone. Goligoski looking for a friendly stick. He fires it wide. Filppula collides with Klingberg. Callahan got it free to Barberio. Witkowski shovels it up the boards. Goligoski getting it in front. Seguin trying to pull the trigger. Sends it wide on the second try. Klingberg. Here's a shot by Eves, and right there Vasilevsky at the top of the crease to make the save and hold off the Stars as the Lightning continue with a 2-0 lead. Andrei Vasilevsky, his progress in Syracuse of the American League's not gone unnoticed. Franz Jean, the Lightning goaltending consultant, told us earlier today.
Went back in the minors. I saw him play maybe about a week ago at home against Hartford, and he was essentially the key player in a 3-2 win. He was really good down the stretch in the third period, and especially on a 6-on-4 power play at the end of the game. And so his progression is consistent and constant, and we're looking to see, in the next few games, where is he at, and how he can help our club.
Well, he's been great so far in this one, helped out by a couple of early goals by Stamkos and Hedman. As the Stars continue to work in the Lightning zone. Daly getting it now to Jokipaka with a shot that's blocked in traffic in front of Vasilevsky, and Daly chased back to his own zone by Palat. Garbutt getting it now to Cody Eakin. Eakin on the backhand, long shot. It was stopped by Vasilevsky, and the Lightning handle that rebound. The pass ahead for Tyler Johnson. Lets it go, and it's off the mask of Lettinen. Good shot by Tyler Johnson with Jokipaka back there. Here's Hedman shooting, and Jokipaka got a stick on that. Well, out to the point. And it's held in. Good hustle by Johnson. Working with Palat along the boards. Ryan Garbutt looking to clear it. Hammered back in by Hedman. Lightning right there to make the change in the attacking zone, where the puck comes all the way back.
Well, they're in a line change, Garbutt, and then puck came to him. So had he been aware of it, he might have had a breakaway. But right now, you got to start thinking play in their zone, because here's a team that's 27th defensively. Yeah, they score a lot of goals before. They just have a difficult time keeping the puck out of their net. But they've been in the Lightning zone practically this whole period.
That puck missed the stick of Drouin, icing the call.
They've had the odd rush. 11 shots on goal. Not a lot for a team that can really generate a lot. You see he's making this move here. That quick shot, that backhand between the eyes. I'm laughing because I remember those when I didn't have a mask.
You weren't laughing then.
You weren't laughing then, I'll tell you that.
Stars get it for the face-off. Cole fires across. And to Jordy Benn down to Spezza. He's very dangerous from that spot, and the Lightning right on him. Spezza finds Hemsky, shoots, and he fires it wide, chipped away by Hedman. Boy, Vasilevsky crept out of his net to cut down the angle. Spezza trying to freeze Paquette with that move. Here's Cole shooting. He scuffs the shot. It's played off the boards. Lightning get full possession, and they'll get it out. Killorn Spun around by Spezza. Wow.
Oh, man.
Lightning shorthanded 3 times in this game. They've yet to get a power play.
You can see why.
Strawman leans in on Jamie Benn, wins the puck. It comes out in front. Brown trying to skate off with it, and it's finally played ahead to Boyle. He'll take on Yoki Paka.
Daly interfered with Brown all the way in, and the referee stood right in front of O'Rourke and never called anything.
Brendan Morrow around to Boyle. This is just the line the Lightning need to have a little session going in the Dallas zone. Daly's outlet picked up by Seguin. Jamie Benn with a pass back to Seguin, firing, and he missed the net, sending it off the glass. Barberio ties up Eves. Seguin gets to it, trying to wheel out in front. His backhand pass out of the reach of a teammate there with John Horkoff stepping on the ice. Seguin staying on, finds Klingberg, steps in there, shoots, he scores! He's on the very top corner, stick side of Vasilevsky, and Dallas on the board.
Well, you knew it was going to happen. They played the whole game in this second period in their zone. Lightning haven't done anything but move their magic wands out there. They're not taking anybody out of the play to eliminate them from the play. You keep trying to getting them wide open shots at the top of the circles in there, and they're bound to get one. That was a great shot by Klingberg and Vasilevsky, who's been outstanding in this period. You see it right in that top corner. And that youngster's just been tremendous for them. And Klingberg gets his 10th and ties his hockey game, and maybe that will wake the Lightning up.
Klingberg and Daly in double figures in goal scoring. 2 defensemen on the Dallas squad. Pass ahead, 3-on-1. Fiddler in front, deflected, they score! Fiddler and Sevier both driving the net. And 2 goals in 15 seconds has tied this game up for Dallas.
Well, you'd see again a turnover, and then somebody not reading the play right. The defenseman there, Schuster, moved up in the play, and there was 2 guys back behind him. You got to read the play better than that. And we see them now. You got 2 guys all alone in front of the net. There's no back pressure. If that forwards aren't in the position for you to back check, you can't step up on that play. They did. Guess what? It's a 2-1 lead, or 2-2 lead, excuse me, very quickly. Didn't take them long, 15 seconds to tie this hockey game.
Deacon bodied there by Witkowski. Johnson in for the puck. It comes free to Hedman, and his pocket picked by Roussel. Sanders deflected by Vasilevsky, makes 1 save. A crowd develops around the net. The scramble continues. Witkowski comes out with a puck. As Pod getting it now to Kucherov. He'll swing in. Back to Hedman, walks it in, fires, and he sends it off a stick and out of play. Well, the Lightning coming right back with a chance after Dallas scored twice in 15 seconds to tie this game at 2.
The game is tied, and it's started by this young man, John Klingberg, who picked up his 10th goal of the year, the 5th round pick in 2010, was the Rookie of the Month. In January, as you see there, 18 points, 5 of which were goals, and you can see why. He's very, very calm out there. He walked into the top of the circle, took his time, and then put it in the top corner, just inside the goalpost, giving Vasilevsky no chance whatsoever. And then, of course, tying the game with another nonchalant play by the Lightning.
Lauren Paquette, Drouin. The line on for Tampa Bay. Long pass, and it reaches its destination. It's Cole, and he hits the post. Paquette has it for the Lightning. Chipping it high off the glass. Spezza holding it in. Scrambles to get to it. Stars obviously lifted with great energy off those 2 quick goals. Here's a drive across for Hemsky. Shoots! Saved by Vasilevsky off his mask.
Well, they're not winning many battles, the Lightning, to getting the puck. When they do, they just turn it over again. So it's very difficult for them to do anything when they're not playing the other team's in.
Drouin shooting, a stop by Klingberg. Fiddler throws it back across. Klingberg will take it there. Out for Fiddler. We'll just backhand it in deep in the Lightning zone. And the Stars got in there, so it was waved off. It's played away now by Hedman. Got it ahead to Callahan. It's by his stick. Goligoski gets credit for the goal. We're now going to get a penalty for interference.
Boy, I'll tell you what, there's something wrong here. You can step into a guy right away. I don't know what this guy's looking at.
That's a penalty you could call 18 times a game, and at one time they did, but not anymore. Very selectively.
17-20, watch it. He's going to get rid of the puck, and then he hits him right away. That's in slow motion, so that's how quick it was in slow motion. In regular time, ridiculous.
17-20, the time of the penalty. John Cooper's team shorthanded for now the fourth time.
Well, they're just being overwhelmed in this second period. They just haven't been able to answer anything what Dallas has done. They've just been dominated in every aspect of the game. Vasilevsky's the only thing that's kept this game close.
Spezza moving it to Klingberg. Watched by Paquette. Spezza walks in, goes side of the goal to Ben, throws it back in front. Vasilevsky ready for the Seguin blast. He made the save. Tap free. Stars keep it alive with Klingberg. Seguin. He gets it again. Loads up, shoots, and he went for that top corner. Missed off the glass. It comes out to center, and Boyle taps it down the ice. 40 seconds gone on the penalty. Inside 2 minutes to go in the second period. Here comes Spezza. Swings around Tyler Johnson. Cuts in. Still has it. And Vasilevsky stayed right with him with a pad save. The Lightning moving out to Palat. Andre Palat joined by Witkowski. Coming late, Strawman. He gets the pass. And he shoots a save by Lettinen. Diving back. Backhanded by Palat. Stopped by Lettinen. Covered in the goal mouth. Play is halted.
Wow, it's a wonder that he's been able to stay awake here, but boy, he's come up with two tremendous saves in this period. Lightning only with their fifth shot on goal. You see, he didn't know where it was. He kicked it out. They had a backhand try on it, and they shoved it right underneath him on the shorthand. Lightning with 6 shorthanded goals. Really attempting to try and make it 7. Got 2 shots away. Even as badly as they've been outplayed in this period, they've had 2 excellent chances to up their totals to 4 rather than just keeping it here at 2-2.
And a couple there. Johnson on the backhand try. Goligoski scored the second goal for Dallas from Fiddler and Horkoff. And for Goligoski, no goals, 4 assists in his last 12 games. So that's his first goal in that span. Killorn comes up with a puck and he'll backhand it out. 30 seconds to go on the Hedman call. Trevor Daley. Now with a minute to go in the period, driving it in off Schuster. Barberio gets to the puck, hammers it around the boards, held by Demers. Cole had it lifted away. He trips up Filppula, and believe it or not, we're going to see a Dallas penalty for a trip. And it's a 19-10 of the second period.
Just tell him you didn't mean it, and he'll call it off. Boy, that's unbelievable.
Dallas number 72, Martin Turner for tripping.
Officially, it'll be 1950 as 49.1 seconds to go, but Lightning will have the bulk of their power play in the third period.
Lindy Ruff's team short-handed. Now in a 4-on-4, our second of those situations. Hedman set to come out in 3 seconds, and the Lightning will go to the power play for the first time here, and Hedman steps out of that box. Strawman had carried the puck to the corner, down he went. And back on the Stars is Druak coming on for Hedman. Fiddler turns the corner, he shoots a save by Vasilevsky. Keeps it moving. Nobody saw that puck. 25 seconds to go in the period. Stamkos Open the scoring for the Lightning. Got the assist on the Hedman goal. Lightning sent back. On the power play, they're 17.7%. They had the exact same power play figures as Dallas coming in. And the Stars just playing it out. That'll do it for the second period. One that they're sorry to see end, where they scored twice in 15 seconds, had 17 shots, and the Lightning had 6. Stay tuned for the Gulf Coast Honda Dealers second intermission report. Alex Killorn joins Paul and Dave Andreychuk. They'll take you around the league. And highlights and stats all coming up between periods. We're tied at 2 through 40 minutes. Tampa Bay Lightning hockey on Sun Sports has been brought to you by Gulf Coast Honda. Visit your Gulf Coast Honda dealers for great deals on new Hondas. Go to gchondadealers.com. Mike Kaiser University, over 90 programs online and on campus. Learn more at kaiseruniversity.edu. Buy Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. And buy your Tampa Bay area BMW centers. Welcome back to Dallas, Texas. Lightning leading 2-0 after 1. The Stars dominate the second period. They tie it up at 2 as we start the third period. Chief, the Lightning outshot 17-6 in that second period. How do they regain their equilibrium here in the third?
Obviously, they got to up their energy level. You know, the compete level wasn't really as strong in that second period. They were almost relying on Vasilevsky to get them through that second period, and he almost did. But they've just got to really start getting and playing very similar to what they did against St. Louis in the other game here on Tuesday night. Just get that puck and get on it real quickly.
Let's have a look at the chase review. The total shots, 28-13 favoring Dallas, and the scoring chances, plenty for the Stars. The Lightning with 11, and Tampa Bay having the benefit of a power play opportunity, their first one of the hockey game to start this third period. So maybe this will help get things tilted the other direction as Eric Cole is sitting in the box serving a tripping penalty, and the Lightning go to work with Valtteri Filppula centering this power play as he's got Drouin and Callahan on the wing. Stamkos back in a point position with Victor Hedman. Here comes Hedman. He scored the second goal for the Lightning. Pass across to Drouin. Lining him up for the hit was Goligoski as the puck comes back to Roussel. He had trouble clearing. Stamkos getting to the puck. Taken away. Fiddler fired down the ice as he hacks the stick of Hedman out of his hands. And Filppula starts it through center. Carries it into the zone. Playing it back to Drouin. And the Lightning have to come back to center ice. 30 seconds left on the Cole penalty. Bailey reverses. Goligoski getting it now to Eakin. He'll drive it down the ice.
Puck retrieval is so important when you have a man advantage. Right now, there hasn't been a whole lot of it on the Lightning's part.
Kucherov gets a stick on it. Now he's tripped up as the puck comes free to center. And Demers will chip it back in. He'll follow the play in deep in the zone. Jamie Benn sliding it back. Here's a shot that missed the net. Cole joins the play. Lightning without a shot on that power play, but they've got a 2-on-1 here. Kucherov and Palat. Kucherov waits, shoots, knocked down. Demers comes back. And we've got another Dallas penalty. This one for an elbow, it looks like.
Jason Demers is getting the call.
Number 4, Mark, for elbow.
So not only do they just have one to start the period, now they got a full 2 minutes here. Take it right here as he comes in here and he hits the elbow, comes up after the hit along the wall. There's a 1:23 here in the third. And the Lightning get their second power play. As we pointed out, though, the power play has not been good at all over the last little while.
Here's a shot by Kucherov. They got all of that one. Letton ready and makes the save and hangs on.
It's good to see the shot. Take it. When you get that opportunity, just fire that shot. You never know what's going to happen. The times past, they've been passing it off.
Johnson digs in against Fiddler and wins the faceoff back to Stralman. He's pressured by Fiddler, who forced the play to center. Kucherov getting it back to Strawman as the Lightning going with Killorn, Palat, and Johnson up front. Strawman going to place it in the corner, knocked out of the air by Daly, and he'll clear it. Stars on the kill at home, only about 78%. And not much better overall, a little under 80%. Johnson meanders into that zone, cut off by Daly. That permits Eakin to get to the puck. They're played around the boards, and it ends up slipping between the netting and the glass, out of play with 1:11 to go on the Demers penalty for elbowing.
Well, we talked about the special teams being a key to the game, and so far, neither team's power play has been effective at all. The penalty kill for both clubs, which they seem to struggle at, has been very, very strong. Lightning's especially, killing off 4 power plays for Dallas in the first 40 minutes.
Callahan takes this face-off, and the Lightning will get control. Filppula playing it to Hedman. Looks for the shot attempt, a save by Lehtinen. Eakin gets it out. Hedman back. He's got Garbutt hot on his trail. Stamkos over now for Filppula. He'll lug it in, take on Goligoski. Sheds that check. Pushing it back to Stamkos. 47 on the penalty. Eakin right out on the point man. He'll force it back to center. Here's Drouin stepping in. Callahan one-hands it toward the net. Played aside by Lehtinen. The Lightning maintain control. Hedman driving it. It's blocked in front. The try. And it's stopped by Lehtinen. Lightning now with Drouin controlling along the boards. Down low to Filppula. Getting it back. Fired across to Hedman. Horkov after him, but the Lightning move it swiftly, and Stamkos blasting it wide of Lehtinen on the stick side. The pass comes out of the zone now. 10 seconds to go in the penalty.
You got 10, Val. Val, I'm in your pocket, kid.
Lightning 3 shots in this opportunity. The time running down on it as Demers leaves the box. Dallas at full strength. We're still tied at 2. Boyle starts it in for the Lightning. Holds off Goligoski. Here's a shot by Brown. A save by Lehtinen. And he'll halt play.
Well, you think when you get a couple of shots, first 2 shots of the game, you get scored on, you think it might be rattled. That one's just gotten stronger and stronger, and that quick shot is getting in that position right away. And as you pointed out, Rick, they had 3 shots on that power play. That would be the 4th one after it was over, but still.
Mark Barberio from the point. Goes across to Schuster. Behind the net, Boyle contesting there along with Demers. He'll move it ahead. Schuster holds his ground along the boards, and the Stars have to turn back for it. Goligoski came over in that deal that sent to James Neal and Matt Niskanen for the Penguins. Puck tipped out by Hemsky. Eric Cole loves to turn the corner from that off-wing side, but he's shut off there by Barberio. Back comes Brown in the zone. Angles it behind the net just out of Morrow's reach. Eaves gets it out to center. It's hooked back to Brown. He'll fire it back in. Lightning, while not scoring on those power plays, Chief, they are picking up some momentum from the second opportunity.
Yeah, they really did. They started to get some shots away. They started to think, shoot first rather than pass first.
Demers ahead for Sagan. Handled by Vasilevsky. Ben's pass picked off. Here comes Kucherov steaming ahead. Johnson with him. Daly cut him off nicely for Dallas. And Eaves has it. Strawman got it away, though. And Kucherov with a good pass. Palat in the zone with Johnson. Picks a corner, shoots a save by Lehtinen. Garbutt got it free to Jamie Benn. A one-on-one. Schuster back. Ben swings in. Join Daly. Shooting glove save. Vasilevsky. What a stop there by the youngster.
Boy, Daly got up there quickly, beat the Lightning's back checking there. He just came through 3 guys and was able to get that chance and trying to give Dallas their first lead. A big save by Vasilevsky. See how quickly he gets over to get square to the puck. Now well, I guess he had to fix his glove or something. I was wondering what they were talking with him for, but it looked like Andy McElman was trying to fix his glove without him having to go to the bench.
Vasilevsky's a puck deflects in front. It comes to Hedman. Lightning jumping out to a 2-0 lead, and Dallas coming back with waves of pressure since then. In a way, kind of reminding you of how the Islanders had 47 shots on Vasilevsky, and he made 45 saves. The Lightning losing that one. But they've got a 2-2 score here in the third period. On even footing with Dallas and plenty of time to take control of this contest. And Vasilevsky giving them the opportunity with an outstanding performance. Stamkos sends it off the boards to center. Garbutt takes it there. And he'll drive it in wide of Vasilevsky. Luke Witkowski. Watched by Horkov, the former Edmonton Leonard. Lauren ahead for Paquette. Going now on the attack by Barberio. He'll bounce it to the corner. Jordy Ben turns that corner. Now is Horkov at center. Picked off by Barberio. Then forced back by Paquette. Schuster takes it now, and he'll walk it in. He'll fire. Jordy Ben the block. And Barberio brings it right back to the Dallas line. As you talked about, Chief, and Mark talked about with Dave and Paul, he always plays in the balls of his feet. He's always looking up ice. Yep. Fiddler rolls it in. Barberio now in a defensive role here against Horkov. It's played around the boards. Daly joins the play off the bench. He'll send it back to the goal. Sevier getting it back to Daly. With the wrist shot, quick one there, and it's bended off to the corner. Yoki Paka trying to make something happen from there. It's grabbed now by Schuster. Lofts it to the corner. Over Daly in there for Yoki Paka, recalled from the Texas Stars of the American Hockey League. Passes, ends up on goal as the feed by Spezza intended for Hemsky. It ended up on Vasilevsky, who now makes the save on Spezza and hangs on with 12:44 to go in the third period. Vasilevsky continues to thwart the Stars, and it's a 2-2 game.
With the teams tied at 2, let's take a look at the Lightning's upcoming schedule presented by Steak and Shake. And the Lightning will return home for 2 this weekend against the Kings and the Anaheim Ducks. 5 o'clock puck drops. Then 1 game up in Nashville against the Predators, then back against 1 with the Blues, and then to start off that 10-day trip on the California, the San Jose Sharks.
And to start that string of 5 games off, a very special day coming up for Rick Bowness, Lightning associate coach. It'll be his 2000th game as an NHL coach, head coach, assistant coach, associate coach, as the Lightning host the Kings, and they'll have a nice celebration for him to honor him for reaching 2,000 games as an NHL coach. And well, the enthusiasm, the love he has for the game, and the respect and love he has from people he works with.
Yeah, he's
so obvious.
He's coached every aspect of this game except goaltending.
And that's why he's still in the business.
Exactly.
No, not at all. He's a fantastic guy and so many friends all around the league. It's going to be a big day for him. Puck comes to Callahan. Fires it ahead to Stamkos.
This is unbelievable. The Lightning just can't get out of their own way. They're having trouble breaking it all the place clean.
Here's Brown, and it's poked away. Rebound is fired over the net by Morrow. All of a sudden, Lehtinen found himself with that puck in no man's land. He went for it. Here's a try by Stamkos. He thought he scored, but it's not in the net. It's backhanded away by Spezza. Eric Cole trying to get it for Hemsky, but it's taken over by the Lightning, and Morrow gets it down the boards. He charges in on Jordy Ben.
Another great defensive play at the Lightning blue line by Barberio, stopping that rush.
Strawman out ahead to Brown. He'll flip it toward the corner. Daly turns ahead for Eakin. Works against Schuster. Hedman comes across. Garbutt arrives in that corner, centered up Vasilevsky, and it's knocked free. It comes out to Yoki Paka at center. Trevor Daly looking to go on the attack. And he's repelled there by Schuster and Brown.
They just have come out of their end so easily, got into Lightning zone so easily in the last 30 minutes of hockey. It's incredible. It's just the game just completely turned around in that second period for Dallas.
Demers plenty of room to roam to center. The pass to Horcoff and left wing winding, firing. Save. Vasilevsky had it in his equipment. Make sure it stays there. And we get Fiddler in the middle. Things around that net once again with Alex Killorn. Tonight's code of the game is glass. Simply visit LightningFanRewards.com, presented by Checkers, and enter tonight's code in the Game Day Challenge. Win tickets, Checkers gift cards, or earn points through trivia, polls, predictions, and more. It's all on LightningFanRewards.com, so log on now.
Well, Rick, they're going to review that chance by Stamkos. When you said he thought he scored, I think they're going to take a look at it now. And we'll have a chance to see it here. See, watch the overhead. I don't know if it gets past him. Can't tell. The body's in front. You see the puck roll away. I don't think it's going to stand up. You can't really get a good angle of it. It's got to be obviously a definite look at it over the goal line. You can't see it from the two shots that we were able to get.
Stammer opening the scoring with his 28th. O'Rourke tells us no goal in the face-off in the Lightning zone. Looking at the blade of that stick. Looks like he's asking, you got another one in you?
Well, they've got to find a way to get out of the zone. Most of the times all they've been doing is once they've had the puck and got it out of the zone, they just dumped it out so they can get a line change. Constantly playing your end, and that's the only time you get that opportunity. There's no offense to your game there.
Johnson's had a good night in the circle, won that one cleanly. However, Dallas holds it in. Here comes Daly down the boards. Strawman in for the puck. Taken over, though, by Eakin, getting it back to Daly. Fakes the shot. Now lets it rip, and it's deflected wide. Roussel has it. Double teamed. They keep the play alive for Garbutt. Hooks it in front off Vasilevsky's stick. The Lightning take control and pull out the lead pass, angling it to Kucherov. He catches up. He turns. He fires across for Johnson. It's off his stick. And Johnson battling there with Garbutt, who gloves it ahead in the defensive zone to Eakin. Witkowski allows Hedman to control the rolling puck. Out for Johnson. Witkowski pressured here by Sagan. Witkowski with a pass ahead for Stamkos in the middle. Back to Hedman. Stars holding their ground in the neutral zone. Here's Filppula now. Taken down. Penalty upcoming to Goligoski. Tackled him as he made his move to the net. And the Lightning will get a third consecutive power play opportunity with Goligoski going off. And we'll see if they can capitalize and take the lead back again.
Right now, it's not about talent. It's about heart. It's about who you are out there.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's Diamond Performance presented by Ackerman Jewelers. And, of course, you take a look at Andrei Vasilevsky. 31 saves so far, on many of them on the unbelievable kind. A lot of action in and around that net. He had 17 shots fired at him in the second period. He gave up the 2 goals in 15 seconds, but it was mainly a lack of defensive structure in front of them. Lightning with the power play. Now they're third.
Jason Garrison not on the Lightning bench. Apparently not expected to return. No word on what's going on with that. But here's Stamkos firing, and he blisters it wide of Lehtinen. And the rebound out of Hedman's reach. Hedman hits the line, hooking it back to Callahan, leaving it. Stamkos across, and Filppula there. Drouin sets up in the slot, pass to him, shovels it back to Hedman. Now to Stamkos. Across, Filppula feeding it wide as he was trying to connect with Callahan's stick. He was at the open side of the net. They just missed. Demers hammers it around the boards and out with a penalty time under now a minute.
That's something that Dallas has done very well when they've had the power play. They've been able to stop that hard around and keep the pressure on in the offensive zone. Lightning haven't been able to do that as well.
Killorn had it worked free by Jamie Benn. Cleared to center. Strawman, Johnson, Killorn, Kucherov, and Palat. Has ahead for Palat at the line. Dropping it off for Kucherov. But the Stars arrived on the scene. The double team. The Lightning score as it's Strawman playing it down the boards for Palat. Turns away from Daly. Sends it back around to Kucherov. Strawman now to Johnson. Feeds it front, deflected by Killorn. It was blocked by Daly. Kucherov rifles it. Johnson shoots. He scores! Tyler Johnson went top shelf on that one. The Lightning are back in front, 3-2.
Wow, what a time to get one as well. And of course, we talked about that line having their great chances. And let's take a look at this power play goal, which is going to be our high-def highlight brought to you by H.H. Gregg. That quick shot, and we've seen that from that point there where Tyler Johnson gets it up to the top part of the net. And the Lightning finally connect on their third power play to regain the lead. And just, it might even got up underneath his arm, but nonetheless, it's a power play goal for the Lightning, and they regain the lead here at 12:27.
Number 18 for Tyler Johnson.
Unofficially, Rick, that's their first shot on goal in the power play.
And that's all they needed. They're 1 of 3 in the night. 3-2 the lead with 7:25 to go in the third period. Spezza gains speed as he hits center. He'll slide it in deep. Andrei Vasilevsky out to handle that puck. Getting it to Barberio, and he'll just chip it safely out to center. Well, that ended a 9-game goalless streak for Tyler Johnson. Cool. Bouncing it in wide. Barberio after it. Collides with Hemsky. Schuster has it. Hemsky took it away. Barberio gets it back. Stepping in was Klingberg. He's knocked to the ice by Boyle, and away comes Paquette. Killorn gets the second assist. Here's Schuster shooting. Saved by Lettman. He'll hang on. So Kucherov and Killorn get the assists on Johnson's 18th goal. And for Killer, that's 4 straight games. He's had a point, 5 assists in that span.
Yeah, they've parts of that line, but I think it's a welcome sight for the Johnson, Palat, Kucherov trio. I don't think they care who scores, but they finally broke the snide for all 3 of them for that power play goal. 6:43 now remains in the third. I think step up their presence in the Dallas zone to really stop them here. It'll be work well.
Strong play by Witkowski, and he and Jamie Benn combined to tip that puck out of play. But you've been pointing out, Chief, that line continues to get the chances. Kucherov, Palat, and Johnson.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time because nothing's dropped off in terms of the quality of the opportunities they've been getting.
Yeah, everything was so magical for them because everything they touched turned to gold. It was in the net. And now they're just getting the same kind of chances, maybe not as many, but the same kind. And the goaltenders have made a great save, or they hit a post or something to that effect.
Stars busted out. Here's Daly closing and shoots. He scores! And the Stars have tied it once again.
They have had no trouble breaking out of their zone. Now they get an odd man rush. And watch this play here as he comes in. Quick shot just beats Vasilevsky over the glove. And see Witkowski. It actually had hit Witkowski in the leg. You take a look at it as he's going there. They hit him on the top of his right leg. And jumps past it. Daly, who missed on a great chance earlier, finally connects.
His 13th goal. Oliver Ekman-Larsson has 15 goals to lead all defensemen in goal scoring, and Daly right behind him. He breaks a tie of 5 players among defensemen with 12 goals apiece. Kucherov coming right back. Here's Johnson shooting a save. Rebound. And Lettinen get a piece of that. Johnson again. He shoots and it's off a stick and deflects behind the net. Eakin gets control of it. And Eakin moving it out to center. The triplets coming right back with 3 good chances. Strawman backhands that puck into the Lightning bench. Daly scoring from Jamie Benn and Demers, and we've got a 3-3 game. Your Tampa Bay area BMW Centers want to remind you to tune in Saturday afternoon. The Lightning take on the Kings. Coverage starts at 4:30 with Lightning Live pregame. The Lightning and the Kings Saturday afternoon right here on Sun Sports. The Stanley Cup champion Kings come to town. And of course, as we mentioned, Rick Bowness, Lightning associate coach, hitting 2,000 games as an NHL coach. Johnson scoring for the Lightning on the power play. Daly, his 5th goal in 9 games.
And it did. We saw a chance to see the replay. It did hit Rutkowski in the right ankle and deflect up over the glove of Vasilevsky.
Paquette shovels it in the zone. Killorn steams in on Demers. Spets up the boards, and Schuster pressuring Cole. Back to Jordy Benn. He'll try the other side. Barberio is right on top of Hemsky, and the play backed up by Killorn and dumped back to the corner. Spezza backhands it out. Barberio chops it away. Killorn will take control. Both teams want to get a change up front. Schuster plugs it in. I think trying to tip the ice Dallas's way here. Get back in front in this game. Tied at 3 when under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Fiddler cuts to center. Couldn't get it behind Hedman. Klingberg has it. Jason Garrison, we understand, not returning because of a lower body injury. Lightning down to 5D. Hedman the lead. It's out of the lead. The reach, I should say, at Stamkos. Held in. Callahan walks it. Beating it. Stamkos got it on goal. Rebound still loose. And it bounced away to Fiddler. Stamkos saying he got high-sticked.
He did.
And complaining to O'Rourke. Sevier with a hit on Hedman down low at the other end. Klingberg has it. Swept in by Jamie Benn. Boyle giving it now to Kucherov. Ahead for Tyler Johnson. He'll take on Goligoski with a shot. It's steered away by the Dallas defenseman. Kucherov back to Johnson. Trying to hook it in front. Palat shoots. Saved by Lettinen. Comes right back to Johnson. He got tangled up with Palat and Benn. And Benn put down by Boyle at center. Crowd irate. Here comes Palat. Back into the zone. Cuts to the middle. Leaves it. Johnson hooks it in front. And Palat was tied up by Yoki Paka. Here's a shot. They score! Fired from the boards by Boyle. Johnson might have tipped it in. In any case, it's a 4-3 Lightning lead. And the crowd is upset.
16:23. Brian Boyle was out on defense with the absence of Jason Garrison on that shift. And he just fired it at net. And take a look. He knocks him down. They see so few checks here that I guess they think that should be a penalty, but nonetheless, watch this play. All he did was get it on the net. Oh, it might have been deflected down by Johnson. You're right, Rick. But nonetheless, they get the lead back here. And if it does go to Boyle, that's got to be his first goal as a defenseman in the National League.
I would think that'd be the case, so you'd have to check with him on that. He's played a little defense for the Lightning earlier in the season. But in any case, the Lightning have a 1-goal lead again. 3.5 to go in the 3rd, and they're looking to add to it with a play in the Dallas zone. Killorn patrolling that corner, joined by Paquette. Paquette trying to wheel it out in front. Goes back to Barberio. Will safely send it back down to Nasher to Killorn. Barberio, the half-boards holding it in. Here's a shot by Paquette, and a save there by Lettinen. A tricky shot.
Well, one of the things when you take a look at this Dallas team, they had a big lead going into the third period against Colorado and gave it up and lost in a shootout. So the thing is, when you play this team, they can score a lot of goals. So no lead is safe for them. But also, if they take the lead, no lead is safe for them either because they give up so many.
They've been outscored by 12 goals in the third period. Here's a try along the goal line. Lettinen holding off Callahan. Lightning a plus 19 in the third. So this is really where they've been able to come to life offensively so many times. Only Brian Elliott stood in the way of an outstanding third period the other night. In terms of getting a couple of goals, Goligoski will fire it in for Dallas. Boyle back on defense with Hedman. You can see Boyle not only little expertise there, but always talking and communicating. Puck left. Klingberg hangs on to it. He's a magician with that puck. Hemsky shooting into a crowd deflect, and it's sent wide by Cole. Cole's got it back. Now Stamkos loses his stick. Klingberg up top. Lets it go. Trying to create something off the end board. Spoiled by the Lightning. Hedman had it taken away by Hemsky. Centers off Boyle. Hedman fires it off the glass. Johnson gets the goal. As going to the bench now, Lettinen with the Lightning getting control of the puck. 6 skaters on and under 2 minutes to go for Dallas. Down a goal. Here comes Jamie Benn. Steps around Callahan. Down the boards. Forced wide by Stralman. Palat had it taken away by Daly. Spezza back of the goal, trying to get it out in front, taken away by Johnson. He'll spin the backhand try toward the net, and it will miss the net. We'll get an icing call. Johnson from Boyle and Palat. Andre Palat getting his 100th career point with a second assist.
Well, we'll take a look at that again, and you see that shot coming in and from Boyle, just getting it on net. Johnson coming out there, you see it hitting him on the shaft of the stick and reflected it down. And the Lightning have regained the lead. A minute and a half now.
And Johnson pokes that puck over the red line. Demers trying to stop him. Johnson gets to his skates, shoots from the angle, deflected by Daly. It ends up behind the net. 1:24 to go in the third period. As Palat controlling that puck along the boards. Kucherov shoots, he scores! Fired to throw a couple of stars, and the Lightning lead by 2. 1:17 to go in the third.
Boy, I'll tell you what, you take a look at this team. We've been here for a couple of days with Dallas, that is, and they talk about how they just haven't been able to get that victory. They play well for a while, then they give up a couple of goals. And right now, you just see this line here. They're hard on the puck. This has been the best time in the whole game that Lightning have gotten hard on the puck and have had puck retrieval. And Cooch just fired it through amazing players from the boards, and he breaks a snide of 14 games rather without a goal.
Here come the Stars with Lettinen in goal for the moment. Now he's darting for the bench. Extra skater on for the Stars, down 2 with over a minute to go in the third. Jokipaka with a pass in front. It's relayed to Klingberg, shooting into a crowd. Saved by Vasilevsky. He'll hang on. And now we got to Roussel trying to stir it up behind the net, and Brendan Morrow steps in there. With an even minute to go.
Well, he calmed down a little bit as soon as Brendan Morrow stepped in there. He calmed down quite a bit, didn't he?
I'll tell you what, Cooper has talked about just that kind of a situation, and you kind of chuckle at it and say, well, yeah, that seems to happen. Well, there it was right there. Roussel, all of a sudden. Morrow didn't have to say a thing. Being attended to by Mike Boyer. That hasn't stopped him, though. Stamkos wins the faceoff. Back to Stralman, up the boards. Knocked down by the Stars. They'll keep it in the attacking zone with 6 skaters on. Stralman again with a puck, trying to go high off the glass. Jokipaka keeps it in. Back in it in front. Knocked down by Hedman. Pried loose. Stralman a third time. Sends it up the boards. Callahan trying to get it out. Hemsky Holding it in against Stamkos and forced to center now by Filppula, who gets to the puck, shoots, knocked down by Klingberg. Big hit by Garvin. He came up high on Filppula. As it's played back to Strawman, he'll wait, pick an opening, and miss the open net. Kucherov scoring from Palat on the empty net goal. So Palat, after going quite a while without a point, has picked up a couple of assists. And he surpasses 100 points. So Brown reaching 100 games, Palat 100 points in this contest. That the Lightning hope they can close out, and they will do it. 5-3 the final score. The Lightning led 2-0. Dallas dominated the second to tie it, thanks to the efforts of 20-year-old Andrei Vasilevsky. Tyler Johnson scores twice in the third, and Kucherov an empty netter. 5-3 the final. The Lightning end a 4-game winless streak on the road. They have, however, picked up points in 4 straight games, and we've got more coming your way in a moment.